guys, so as you can tell, I have a guest who is, what's your name?
Capturing Nessie. Capturing Nessie?
Pete.
Pete.
And Pete is my boyfriend. And a lot of you guys have been asking for ages if we can do a video together, and
I caved.
I caved. We are going to do a video and we've got you guys to ask us questions, and you're going to find out a little bit more about Pete and a little bit more about us. Do you guys have any rituals that you like to do?
Eat.
We have rituals around food because when we first started seeing each other, we would always go to the co-op and buy a pizza, and we did that about 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
And then it was curry, so we always used to get curry.
Big shout out to the Raj.
The Raj in Newhall. And then we started going to this Italian place, Squisitos in Horsell. How did you guys get together? Did anyone set you up? Georgia asked this. We didn't officially get together clubbing, but that was when we first kissed. And I think after then we were kind of like, okay, our friendship's not really the same because
I fancied you.
Yeah, and you told me, didn't you?
Yeah.
And basically, we went out with our friend G, went to visit her at uni. She was really trying to get me to like kiss you and be close to you, and her boyfriend was really trying to get Pete to kiss me, and they're both giving us little pep talks.
It was that Parent Trap, wasn't it?
It literally was.
But we didn't have 2 Lindsay Lohan.
Pete was really in shape back then. Not that he isn't now.
Oh.
He came in G's room and was like, "Is it alright if I get changed in here?" And you came in and he was topless, and apparently I was literally like trying not to look, and then afterwards Pete told me, like when we're actually together, it was his little ploy.
He died and the thought of loving you was getting so exciting. Sky rockets in flight. Boo! Afternoon delight. Afternoon delight. I'm gonna make a phone call.
Why did you insist he was your best friend for so long, or were you genuinely best friends before you went out?
It was a big deal for you, I think.
I think so. So before Pete, I'd never been in a relationship before, so
I'm not exactly a stud. Let's just get that one out there. I'm not like Mr. CV.
I think it was quite a big deal for me in itself. I'm quite open with you guys, but I guess I was scared to like talk about being in a relationship, and I kind of just wanted it to be just my thing with our friends and just like away from the YouTube.
We needed to have a foundation there first.
I always said we're friends because we genuinely were friends. We were
Still
friends first. For us, it is always friends first. Like even if we broke up, we would always be friends. We have a big group of friends anyway, so it wasn't necessarily that I was lying. I guess I did get to the point where I was like, he's nothing else, he's just a friend. But
it became a bit of a running joke near the end.
It did
Especially for us.
Right, so 3 things about me that I've never said online.
She's actually 6 foot. She's really good at football, and she can cook a really mean chicken katsu.
They are all fake. Moving on. Has Pete read Amelia's writing, and what is it like, Pete?
You know when you give a kid its first writing book, and it has to join the dots up? It's a bit like that, but not as neat. But it's got a really good story. Basically
what he's saying, no he hasn't, but if I ever got published, he would read it from the bookshops, yeah?
Yeah.
You'd read it if I became published?
I'm going to buy 30 copies of it. Make the greatest fire England has ever seen.
How old is Pete, and how did you two meet originally?
I'm 14.
He's 22.
I'm 22.
So we met through our friend Joe. I'm really good friends with Joe, and you're really good friends with Joe. I didn't really know that many of Joe's friends. Me, Joe, and a couple of our friends went to Wagamama's, and then after, he was like, "You really want to meet this guy called Pete? You really want to meet this guy called Pete?" Then we called him up. It was kind of quite late, and he was in a field, drunk.
Not on my own.
No, with a few other friends.
Not just
it was a summer night as well.
On my evening, before I met up with you and Joe and that lot, was been to the pub. Pub was shutting down, so went across the road to Morrison's, got a couple of beers, into a field, sat down, put our coats down. It's very nice.
Like a little picnic sort of thing.
Little evening picnic.
Anyway, so I got there, and obviously I was just chilling with Joe for a bit, and then I was chatting to Pete. I was meeting everyone else because there was a few other people. But one thing I remember is I was wearing my boiler suit, my Paul the Plumber boiler suit, and I was quite cold, and I was like, "Oh, it's really cold." Pete gives me his coat. I remember thinking, that's a nice guy. I was like, that's a nice guy. What is the worst habit that each one of us has?
Pick your nails.
And yours?
And criticise you. That's mine.
I think yours is you're on your phone a lot. He's on his phone just scrolling. Just like always on Daily Mail. He's like the sports Daily Mail.
It's a price to pay when you're invested in football. You know?
Do you think Amelia is a good driver?
Well, she's driven me 20 times or so, and
Probably more.
We haven't had a crash.
No.
I've only sweated 19 of those times. I would say you're pretty good at getting from A to B, and sometimes even C, and round the corner to D, and then back to B where we actually needed to go. Yeah, no, she's good.
How was your first kiss? Pete wouldn't kiss me because I told him a story. So I hadn't kissed many people before Pete. I'd only kissed a couple, and I told him a story about when I was younger, I used to get really scared of kissing people, and when they would go to kiss me, I'd back away. So Pete got it in his head that if he tried to kiss me, I'd back away.
Well, I was more worried you were going to lead with the left hook.
We were outside at the club, just sitting chatting. That's when you were telling me, you told me that you liked me and that I looked really pretty. It was really sweet.
It's amazing what alcohol does to you.
I was quite wary because we were really good friends and I didn't want to ruin the friendship. G and Liam, our friends, were like, kiss, kiss, kiss. And Pete was like, no, no. And I was like, all right then. So then I kissed you.
Oh, all right then.
I have no clue whether I was like a good kisser or not, but
well,
I found it nice.
We're still here.
Yeah.
Still kissing.
Favourite thing about one another?
Ooh, I like that you're quirky.
Do you?
Yeah. I like that you're not just standard. It's boring being normal.
I love how understanding you are. You're a very understanding person.
Yeah.
You are. And you're actually quite a deep person, but you hide it behind this all, no, I'm not.
What's that, Hulk?
No, like, macho.
Ah, I'm macho. My voice wouldn't give that away.
How many tattoos do you have?
6.
How long had you guys been friends before you became like a couple?
It was 6 months, wasn't it?
We met in like April.
Mm.
At the end of April, I think.
We got close around August.
And then
it was October
that we got together.
Dating. Yeah. At the very end.
Who asked who out?
Me. I caved.
Don't you regret that now, don't you?
Yeah.
What's your go-to drink at a pub? They know we like the pub. Double gin and tonic.
Double gin and tonic. Double gin and tonic.
Was it love at first sight? No.
Not for this one.
Was it for you?
Well, yeah.
Oh. Not for me because I kind of at that point I think I had feelings for someone else.
Yeah.
When me and Pete were friends, I went on a date with a guy that I met in Festival and I was asking Pete for advice. Not knowing that Pete liked me.
Me being the good guy I am, did I not give you very good advice?
You were very nice because he wasn't texting me back and Pete was like, don't worry, give it time, I'm sure he'll text you back.
Exactly.
But no, it wasn't love at first sight.
He loses.
How long have you been together?
We have been together for coming on 11 months.
What attracted you to me in the first place?
Well, I don't know, it was just you were not only attractive, but you were showing a genuine interest. I remember when we first met, even though I was a little bit tipsy, you were showing genuine interest.
Yeah, because I remember because you were like, I asked you about what you did, didn't I? And you said that just stuck in your mind.
It did. I was like,
what do you do, Pete?
Because no one normally, people are like, oh, what do you do? And then they'll go, I do this and that. Yeah, so, but you were just like, oh yeah, so what's that like? And I was like, more than one question, I don't know. How have you got lipstick on your forehead?
I don't know. Does Pete get told what's happening in your books and is a character based off him? He does. You do get told, don't you? I've told you about what happens in my book, but loosely.
Yeah, but you don't go into full detail. I wouldn't expect you to.
I don't actually base my characters off people, but I do take certain situations I've been in or certain characteristics, but I would never write about Pete. I mean, Who is the one that's punching? You or Pig? So me or Pig?
You are punching.
I am punching.
Well above your weight.
So punching.
I, on the other hand, am punching out of this universe.
No,
See?
no you're not.
They thought a joke was coming. I'm
think I
kicking.
What's that?
I don't know.
Is that extremer than punching?
Yeah, that's a thing now.
Why are you surprised that I passed my test?
Well, considering that you were being like, I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail, I was like, oh, bless her heart, it's going to break her heart when it happens. I hope she doesn't.
You told me that I was going to pass and you had every faith that I was going to pass.
I was trying to give you confidence.
So
but
obviously worked.
Yeah, there you go. To me, everything the sweetest song that I could sing. Hooked on a feeling.
I'm believing.
That you're in love with me.
I said you're hooked on a feeling. Standing on your mama's porch. You told me it would last forever. I believe in the good love. You. Guitar. Okay, on that note, we should probably end this video here. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this one, and comment down below if you ever want Pete to make an appearance in videos again. And if so, what would you like him to make an appearance in?
When you comment, put the hashtag caption Nessie.
Bless them.